So this might be baby mama hour. Getting on this time. This might be an hour by itself.
Don't get me started,
Yo,
man.
So Kanye West,
The GOAT.
Over the weekend, he was trying to get to his daughter's birthday party, and nobody was answering his calls. He felt the way, so he did the next best thing and documented it, so nobody can manipulate what happened. And this is what it sounded like. This is what it sounded like.
Yeah, I'm just wishing my daughter a public happy birthday. I wasn't allowed to know where her party was. There's nothing legal. They're saying that these are the kind of games that's being played. At the light, it's the kind of thing that really has affected my health for the longest. And I'm just not playing. I'm taking control of my narrative this year. I'm being the father, the best father, the yay version of a father, and I'm not finna let this happen. And we're gonna be in real time.
Take a slight right turn onto I-405
right here.
North.
Chicago, happy birthday. I love you. And I'm just putting this online because I need y'all support. I didn't call Kim, text the nannies. I got on the phone with Tristan. He said, he asked Chloe, won't nobody give me the address to my daughter's birthday party right now? And that's going to imprint in her mind that I wasn't there for her. Right. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Sad fucking case, man.
Yo.
You know what's crazy? Before we even embark on this topic, I had made a statement pertaining to this on Twitter, and somebody responded.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't go back and forth, but I said something, and they said something back. And in my head, it was like their statement just wasn't really like, it was like they had said something about like his mental illness. They tried to make it seem like it was a reason for him not to be invited. I'm not jacking it. I don't give a fuck what reason you think there is, whatever it is that there might be. My statement that I said, whatever petty issues, and it might not be corny, it might not be petty, but whatever it is that the parents was going through, their differences needs to be put to the side, so that baby, the little child, little Chicago, so she can make sure that she has that full loving parenting experience and have both of her parents at her birthday party and have a good ass time. The shit that y'all worrying about as far as why you don't want to invite him, I'm not jacking it. I'm not with that. Not having him there was the corniest thing ever. And like a real nigga Kanye is, my son found his way there.
That's a fact.
Fuck niggas talking about, man. Shout out to my nigga Travis.
Travis Scott gave him the Addy and he slid through. That was cool, man. But you know, as a dad, and I say dad, as a real dad, I understand when you and your child's moms and seeing eye to eye, and how things could get separate birthday parties and separate vacations, 2 Christmases. It happens, man. Unfortunately, it happens. But I love Kanye, but like that person said on Twitter, you might not really know what's going on. So I don't really know. Who knows? He could be pulling up, wilding out. You don't know. I have no idea. So I can't really speak on that behalf. But the fact that he got to go, that was cool. And obviously nothing really happened because you would have heard about it. So my son was calm. So
the only thing I seen that picture of him holding Chicago swinging at the pinata, and they both looked very happy.
Right. But there's situations where the other parent is wilding, and you gotta cut them off.
I ain't jacking.
You gotta cut them off.
Before Reem interject, because I know he got something very, very vital to say, especially on this topic. Then the person made a statement as far as he's Kanye West. He should have threw his own party for her. He should have threw his own situation.
That ain't the fucking point.
It's not the fucking point. Thank you,
That ain't the real point.
I'm going to say this. Billionaire, gazillionaire, whatever the fuck you want to call him, he could throw 30 parties for her. No. That's not the point. I want to be there for her initial celebration with the family, with the other little babies, the cousin. I'm her father. I'm a part of this family too. I want to be there for the initial celebration. That's it. That's it.
Was this nigga Pete Davidson there?
I don't know, man.
Did my son Pete Davidson get an invite? That was the only thing I would have been like, yo, nah. Y'all niggas invited Pete. This nigga's brand new, nigga.
Pete, but they invite
niggas invite Pete and they invite Kanye, then I'm gonna be tight.
Whether Pete was there or not, it don't even
take it away, Rain. Take it away.
that shit is triggering for me because y'all already know I've been through hell and back to make sure I'm in my son's life, and I want to take it off of Kanye for a minute because I can't really speak on it because I don't know the in and outs, right? And both Kim and Kanye has made a media spectacle out of their divorce.
Right.
So they both playing games. Nasty games.
Nasty games.
She parading around the town with a pill head, and he over there taking photos, making out with a model who looks up to Kim Kardashian. Like, it's just nasty. They both doing dickhead shit.
Nasty work.
They both doing dickhead shit. So I don't want this to get lost. I don't want the message to get lost into Kim and Kanye. This is actually a good opportunity to open up a more thought-provoking conversation. So
I thought you was gonna say to open up a can of whoop ass on whoever was trying to keep my boy away.
Yeah.
I do believe that. All right.
Look, transparency. Be as blunt as you want to be. This our shit, man.
All right,
Be
so
dub.
I already know that people are gonna be triggered by what I say. These next three things that I say.
Put y'all seatbelts on.
Number one, it's super unfortunate and it sucks that upon a baby being born, a mother gets to make a million mistakes and no one bats an eye. No one questions nothing.
I know where this is going.
A father makes one mistake.
Just one, y'all.
Just one mistake.
Just one.
You get threatened to have your child taken away. You get taxed by the government. They treat you like a criminal. And you virtually, even with lawyers, because I've been through the system with lawyers, the system is not designed for men at all. Let's just keep it a buck. It's not designed for men at all. So I find it super crazy now that I'm a parent, realizing that mothers get to make a million mistakes and fathers don't get to make one. How do we learn? How do we figure it out along the way if from the jump, the first mistake, we get our children used as a pawn against us? Where in that makes it okay for a child, if it's really about the child? And everyone loves saying that they're doing what's in the best interest for the child. If that was true, 90% of us would not be fucked up right now mentally. It all stems from having a fucked up mother or a father that wasn't there.
Right.
Or an unclosed chapter that you don't know. Like, you know how many people I know who moms lied to them about their pops and they didn't find out until later in life what
Until
really
them
happened?
and the pops had a conversation.
Yo.
And you holding resentment towards the father for mad years for no reason. When you sitting next to the culprit.
Right.
It's nasty, bro. It's
super
really nasty.
Nasty
We
work,
we
bro.
we don't really get a chance to bring children up the right way.
Right.
We don't get a chance to. And I feel like part of that is we don't really get to know who we fucking.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about that.
We don't really get to know who we fucking. Because I'm gonna be honest with you.
Put y'all seatbelts on.
A lot of babies would not have been made if we would know
who we was fucking.
We
Talk
don't be
about
knowing.
it. Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it.
We don't know, bro.
Y'all don't want me to.
And I'm a victim.
I'm a victim. I'm a victim of that too. I'm a victim of that too. And you know what's crazy? Half the time it's not your fault that you don't know, because you get into relationships and everybody puts their best foot forward. So it's not until wear and tear, months, years down the line, it start tearing off. Onions start tearing off and you start realizing who you actually with. Then it's too motherfucking late because you already in love and you made a certain kind of commitment, an attachment. So now you dealing with the bullshit. Look, I'll speak on my situation only. And you know, at this point right now, I'm like I said, you know, I'm 36. I was waiting for niggas to say damn again. All right, cool. I'm 36.
Damn.
Right. So right now, the space I'm in with my child's mom, we in a good space right now. Now, before I give any real information, I just want to say we was both kids, 18, 19 years old, having a kid, kids having kids. So, you know, nobody knew who they were at that point in time. And at the time when she got pregnant, you know, naturally, I'm a young nigga, so I was a young nigga. I would think abortion right away. But my mother at the time just had my little brother. And prior to that, she had about 6 stillbirths. Right. And my dad, who I looked up to as like a superhero of mine, I heard him on the phone with like one of his coworkers one time describing what it was like for him to hold this baby that just looked like it was sleeping, but was actually dead. And I was like, damn, I never even heard my dad hurt like that. You know, you think your dad's a superhero. So I'm like, shit. So now when I get into this situation, I'm like, you know what? Damn, I'm not, it's like a slap in my parents' face for me to have an abortion. And they went through that. So that's what made me really go through it. I'm just being completely honest. You know, y'all know, for those of y'all know me, y'all know I love my daughter to death. But that was the real reason why, like, you know what, I can't do that to my parents. Like a slap in their face for them having to go through all of that. But then once I realized the situation, and I said, you know what, so let me focus on this woman I'm about to have the kid with, and then really try to get to know her for real. And then realizing, like, she wasn't shit like I wasn't shit. We both wasn't shit. We just fucking two stupid ass kids having a fucking kid. And I'm like, yo, this don't make no fucking sense.
And yo, Thriller. This is proof in the pudding right here. We having a conversation.
Right.
And I'm looking at the comments too. Even in this moment, certain people can't just listen, and a time for women to take accountability. They got to say it go both ways. Nigga, we ain't talking about both ways right now. We talking about one way.
One way.
Let's address and take accountability for one way, and then we can continue. We've been bashed for years. Men Ain't Shit is the title. Right. That's the title of my life.
Right. Men are dogs. Life. Back in the 90s, men are dogs. Now it's men ain't shit.
Men ain't shit.
Don't forget all men are dogs. Don't forget
you know what I'm saying? I've heard that from my mother.
My mom too.
Not her telling me, but I'm hearing her in conversation talk.
Right.
And it makes me think about myself. Like, damn.
Right.
Like, damn, am I not shit?
I ain't shit neither? Like,
right.
I'll wait.
That's true.
It makes you think.
On a different side of the spectrum, as the one who don't have kids yet. As far as how, I don't know, y'all. I don't know how I don't have no kids yet. I don't know.
You got them. You just don't know them.
You see, Reem.
I've been saying that for years, nigga. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Anyway, I'm gonna weigh in on a different side of the spectrum as the one who don't have any kids. The first half of my life, I grew up without having a relationship with my pops. And as far as what Reem said, damn, this topic is a little touchy for me. As far as what Reem said, I was raised by my mother and my aunt and my grandmother and them, so I never really got a chance to hear my pop's side of the story. My mom's was always like a superhero to me, even still till this day. That's like my biggest inspiration. You feel me? So I always hung on to her every word and believed everything she said. She never steered me wrong. She never misled me or told me anything bad or whatever the case may be. I'm pretty sure she kept it a stack as much as she could.
Right.
Fortunately, me and my pops started having a relationship, I want to say about a solid 11 years ago. If I'm 31 now, probably like as I was turning 20. A few legal allegations, DNA tests and everything came back as far as what she told me, 99.9. Right. I will say this, from that day on, me and you, we always was able to relate on this topic, right? So speaking from that demographic, and then now as far as somebody who does have a solid relationship with my pops, from the day that it was proven that I was his son till now, he didn't like miss a beat.
That's what's up. That's dope.
And,
that's what's up.
Right. So I wanna
and that's not about anybody being wrong. It's about being given a chance.
Right. I want to piggyback off of this narrative as far as women and men and kids and shit like that. Since that day, he hasn't missed a beat. And not only like holidays, like birthdays and Christmas, even still to this day at 30, 31, holiday, birthday, Christmas, he'll still cash at me something, still send me bread. I guess he's making up for lost time. You feel me?
That's what's up. And that's beautiful.
Fuck all that. Fuck all the random cash apps, the birthday to Christmas. He'll call me randomly. Like my pops is a truck driver. He got a CDL. He drives trucks, whatever the case may be, for whatever company. He'll call me. I could tell when he at work because I could hear the road. Feel me, Thriller? He might have his headphones on. I could hear it. He'll call me and he'll just call me just to chop it up. What you got going on? He knows everything as far as the caffeine, me going to LA and Atlanta to host. Man. He says me doing my Talk That Talk Tuesdays freestyle. So it wasn't even just fire. You feel me? It wasn't even just like him just trying to make up for lost time and send me money. Like we built a solid relationship even to as recent as last year. I want to say like September, August. He had all his kids come to his crib. He had a big ass house in Pennsylvania. Oh, me, all my sisters, all my siblings. We went there. Dope ass family day. It was fire. You feel me? So I do want to say this for the ain't shit moms out there that's doing the fucked up weird shit to the fathers who do want to be in their child's lives.
Right.
You're depriving the father and that child of a solid experience.
Right. Not only an experience, a perspective of life.
Perspective. Yes.
A lot of young boys and young little girls grow up with half a perspective.
Yes, they do.
They are incomplete throughout their whole life. And now, look, I just want to say this before we get off to the next topic. For me and Boo Boo kind of share the same experience without that ending, because I still haven't. Me and my father have never crossed paths. I don't know who he is. I'll probably pass him straight. And for most of my life, I kind of resented my pops.
Right.
There was something in me. Though it didn't affect me day to day, there was something in me that resented and wondered why. You get what I'm saying? Like, yo, why he didn't want to, like, what's wrong with me type shit. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It wasn't until I had a kid, until I understood all the different ways that a father could not be in a child's life. I understood. It's just like when it felt like I went through what I went through with my first son just so I could understand without my father telling me different reasons why he probably could. Now look, I love my mom. There's nobody can't tell me nothing negative about my mom, because my mom is solid. A1, right? She was my mom and my dad. She taught me things that a man should teach a boy, and
how to put a tie on, shit like that.
All that shit. And she taught me things from a female's perspective. So I have a lot more empathy when it comes to women. I have a lot more respect when it comes to women, because I didn't have that perspective from a chauvinistic man, right? So that kind of shaped and molded a lot of different elements of what makes Reem Reem. But what I will say is, as far as a father goes, when I went through having to put myself on child support,
crazy,
go to court, not even for joint custody, because I know that was going to be a dub. She was not with it. Just to have an arranged agreement of time, because we was not on the same page, and everything was just like a war. You get what I'm saying? And that, I ain't gonna front, that experience was the biggest, and I'm not here to bash my baby moms at no way, shape, or form. It just made me realize that everyone doesn't get over things at the same time.
Right.
So just because I'm over it doesn't mean that she over it. You know, she's probably still dealing with lingering things, and people cope with things differently. It's just that it's unfortunate that our children has to be a casualty.
Right.
To us learning ourselves, because we still learning, we still figuring out ourselves, and we bringing in other humans in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, shout out to my baby moms. Now we are, what's a good word?
Cordial.
We're a little bit better than cordial.
We're a
little bit better than cordial.
When I first met you, it wasn't no way near to that, my nigga. So shout out to her for that, man.
Because I don't have to, as of now, like, you know, my son was just over here for a couple weeks.
Right.
Christmas time, like, I bought my son a phone, so now we talk more often without the mediation in the middle. So yeah, it's dope. It's dope. It's a lot better now. But yeah, man, we got to figure out. It took that, and that took 9 years. So imagine other people. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yo, so
yeah, man.
If there are any mothers that's listening to this, just know I'm not really speaking on Kim Kardashian, but that just brought up the conversation of let's be more intentional about what would be best for our children, truly, outside of ourselves. Even if we do, trust me, there's shit that I'm doing that I do not want to do. I do not want to be around, all kind of shit, and I'll do it for my son. I think everybody should be like that. You know what I'm saying?
And one more thing to add, like, these kids ain't asked to be here, man. We brought them here. So why bring them here and then set them up for failure? You're supposed to be setting your kids up to win. My goal is to be able to have generational wealth for my kids to just be able to flourish and do whatever the fuck they want, be able to have good relationships with everybody that they come across. So I never was in the business of bashing my baby moms to my daughter, or you know, even now I got you know, I'm in a relationship and I have my wifey has a son, so he's my son now because I'm raising him. But I never ever once say anything negative to him about his dad. He's a bozo. I'll say that publicly. My son will watch the show, and you know, if he give me 5 minutes, I'll put that boy in the hospital talking about his dad. But to my son, I'll never say that to him. Yeah, I'm like, oh, you saw your dad? Your dad's cool, right? And then once he leaves, I'm like, I will fuck your pops up, bro, bitch ass nigga. But I will never let my son see that. I will let my son if I'm raising my son right and he sees who his dad really is, he's like, yo, this nigga's really corny, man. Yo, that's why I'm like, he's gonna do safe for himself. I'm not gonna have to paint the picture for him.
The reason why I'm telling you, you should stand down a little, because I've been that person on the other side where like my baby mom's boyfriend is feeling like he got some kind of authority in this situation. And one thing I've always told my son is, no matter who your mom's is with, I'm going to be here. That person can't say
that's a fact. That's not necessarily the case in my situation, but I agree with that because it was a point in time when my baby mom was seeing somebody serious and he was a good dude. I ain't never gave him nothing. I actually say, yo, thank you, man. I appreciate what you're doing because, you know, at that time I was on the road. I was running around doing this, and my son was really holding it down, and I never gave him no headache or try to like check him or nothing like that. It was all mutual respect because I was really making it about the kid. You understand? Man. So now I'm in a different situation where I'm the one taking care of a kid that's not biologically mine, and
you dope for that, man. You dope for that.
So I would expect that same kind of respect in return.
Really, let's get off this, man.
Weird niggas do weird shit.
I was about to end it on a high
note. It's too triggering, and then Thriller don't know how to stop. He just gonna keep talking. You know what I mean?
It was crazy for this last 10 minutes. I just want to